What have I been playing? What have I been watching? What have I been reading? Let's go, Bambino! Hey YouTube, welcome to the channel, welcome back to the channel, Bambino's. Yeah, welcome to my weekly recap, or as we like to call it around here, what have I been playing? What have I been watching? What have I been reading, Bambinos? I know you're all so excited to find out the highlight of everybody's week, and as I'm sure it is. First of all, thank you very much to everyone that sent well wishes. I got, still in shock actually. I was on my way to work on Friday, riding my motorbike, and a car hit into the side of me. Very fortunate. I thought I was unlucky at first because obviously a car hit me and damaged my motorbike, but looking back on it or reflecting on it, it could have been a lot worse. So I had my motorbike boots on and I hit the side of my leg basically, and my right foot peg must have taken all of the impact because that's completely snapped off. I know they're only made out of aluminium, aren't they? But I felt the front of the car all up my leg basically. It was very frightening. But yeah, it could have been a lot worse. But the most frustrating thing is the car initially stopped and then drove off. And people are saying, did you get the registration? Did you get a look at the driver? I'm not being funny, when you're riding along and a car comes, you're going that way, and a car hits you on the side, and then all of a sudden you're going that way. It's quite frightening, I gotta be honest. And so I was using my skills, my motorcycle skills, to stay upright. I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at the reg, I wasn't looking at the driver, I was concentrating on survival mode, basically. But the fucker drove off. However, loads of people saw it. It was a very busy, we weren't going very fast, see. I genuinely think it was an accident. People don't see motorbikes. We're invisible, aren't we? I think I had stealth mode activated on my bike, so maybe it was my fault because I was invisible. So two workmen saw it. They said, did you get the reg? Because we did. I said, oh, you haven't got a pen and paper. So they wrote it down. Great. Phoned the police to report it, hit and run. And at the time I had a bad ankle. I think the adrenaline was rushing through me, so I didn't know how injured I was, because I've come off a bike before, cracked my ribs, and I couldn't feel it until about 2 hours later. So I didn't know what condition I was in. So I phoned the police, given the registration number. Then I went online to see, you can put in like the DVLA website, type in the registration. Looks like they didn't write the registration down right, so it looks very unlikely the police can do anything about it. I phoned the police back, requested them to call me back, and that was Friday, and I'm still waiting. So I'm not holding my breath. So it's just one of those things, very unfortunate. And when I went to work yesterday, I honestly thought, maybe it's a mental thing now, I thought a van was going to do exactly the same thing. I think people get confused on roundabouts, don't they? But it's the same route I ride, 7 days a week, because I work 7 days a week at the moment. So, yeah, it's a bit frustrating. But thank you everyone that sent positive messages. I am okay, alright? So, get that out of the way. What have I been playing? I've played I think it's only 3 games I've played this week, okay? So I think last Sunday, so since we last had our catch up, I played a bit more of Street Fighter 6. I think I'm up to chapter 15 now, the final chapter on it. I only played a little bit Sunday night. My character, I think we're up to level 63 or 64, something like that. And my favourite style, which I think is sorry, Rossi, stop that. Rossi's by there. Yeah, my favourite style is Ken. He's not broken, but he's clearly, I've seen the stats for the most master rank character is Ken. Ken's the best character to play in the game, and I gotta be honest, I agree with that. So Yeah, I played quite a bit of that. So then we did Monday, it seems like ages ago. Monday night we did Mortal Mondays. I didn't go live because some reason I had the tripod and everything set up, and it wouldn't. The orientation thing wasn't working. So I did like a live the other day to make sure it was working. I don't know, maybe it was a problem with YouTube, or I hadn't changed any settings or anything like that. So unfortunately it wasn't live, but I just recorded it and uploaded it after. But my mission to get Sub-Zero to level 30, we did it. So yeah, Sub is level 30. We've got less than 2 weeks to go till MK1 comes out. That was the goal. I'm trying now. It's almost impossible. I've got 2 Mondays before Mortal Kombat 1 comes out. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get Raiden up to level 30. I think he's sitting around level 13, something like that, maybe level 14. So yeah, we will continue the series. We'll do it tomorrow night. Maybe I'll get a set of targets, say get him up to level 17, let's say, and then I'll have a play around with some of the other characters. Sorry, it's absolutely boiling. Summer's coming back. Kids go back to school next week and it's the summer again. I really feel sorry for the kids. This has been a terrible summer for the kids, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, Injustice 2, played that Monday. What an amazing game. Speaking of amazing games, something told me, I was in the mood to replay The Division 2, okay? I haven't played Red Dead Redemption at all because of this game. I stuck it on, and it's the second playthrough. I paid £2 for this, okay? This is up there with the best value games in my entire collection, okay? Other than digital games. Some of the digital games, when they go on sale, boy, do they go on sale, okay? But yeah, but I noticed then that the expansion or DLC, whatever it's called, it's normally £24.99, but it was down to £7.99 or £7.49, something like that. So I'm playing that basically. It's apparently it's like a 6, 7, 8 hour extra campaign. You can't go back to the basic game until you finish that. You're kind of stuck in that mode now, but it's set in New York, and it's New York from a non-American point of view. It's a much more interesting place to have gunfights and stuff like that than Washington. I just think Washington, no offense if you're from Washington, from my point of view, it just looks like a boring ass place to live, you know. But yeah, what an amazing game. I'm thoroughly enjoying playing that, and that's all I've played, guys. Okay, obviously since Friday, I'm still a little bit shaken up about that my bike thing, but it could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse. Oh my god, it's so hot, guys. What have I been watching? Okay, I watched The Fifth Element. I think I watched that. I think I stuck that on last Sunday. I put it on, and I was going to like tinker around in the games room, moving things around and doing a few experiments and stuff like that. But I thought I'd put this on in the background. That lasted about 5 minutes. Then I just found myself sitting down watching it. So it looks fantastic in HD. Big fan of that film, really big fan. I haven't watched any of the extra features or anything like that yet. But yeah, visually it's great. It's a really funny film as well, isn't it? I like the art style, everything about that film. So yeah, I watched that. And I did do a screenshot. I think someone commented on my video last week asking, it's Graham _UK. He asked, have you watched Dead Pixels? Very good British comedy. I thought, I've never heard of it. So I watched Dead Pixels. It's on Channel 4. It took me a while to find it. There's 2 seasons. I watched season 1 in one sitting. They're like 25-minute episodes each episode. Yes, you've got to watch the adverts as well. Stuck it on the iPad, and I was really enjoying it. It's basically about 4 friends are addicted to like this MMO kind of game, online game, and it shows them like they're playing it when they're in work. It's funny how they've managed to make a series out of that, I suppose. Really funny. But like their whole life kind of revolves around this video game. They've been playing the game for like 2 years. So they go to work, get up, go to work, play the game in work. Like they work in call centres or something like that. But they've always got this game on in the background. And then come home from work and they're straight on it. They make a quick meal because they got to get on this game. They love this video game. And so 2 of them actually live together. They're like flatmates. One guy's like the new guy who goes to the same job as the female main character. And there's one guy from the United States. My favourite character is probably the United States guy. He's got a perfect life. He's a pilot, but he's ignoring. I think his wife's having an affair, but he doesn't care because he's completely oblivious to it because he's so enthralled and invested in this video game. My least favourite character is the woman, and I don't know why they thought this was a good idea. There was this scene, I think it was in season 1, where she's walking down, she's minding her own business, and there's this woman waiting at the bus stop minding her own business. But I think she's got like a Pac-Man t-shirt on, and she's like, reminds me of people in college, right? So she goes up to her and says, "What was the last game you finished?" She like quizzes her. "You're not a real gamer," kind of thing. And when I was in college, it wasn't gamers, but it was like, you know, like if you're wearing a t-shirt that's got like Metallica or something like that. I remember loads of them were in my class. One of the girls wore a Metallica t-shirt, okay, because they were in fashion or something. And the metalheads were over like, "How many albums have they got? What's your favourite song? Top 3 songs? What's this? What's the lyrics?" They were like quizzing her as if she didn't have the right to wear this t-shirt. It's like, fuck off. It's like if I walked down the street and saw someone like Street Fighter get up, I'd be like, fist bump, happy days. I wouldn't be, "Who's your main? How many times you finished Street Fighter 2? Get a life, do you know what I mean? But other than that, so I didn't like her. I writ her off. I thought, you're a twat, do you know what I mean? But yeah, the other characters are pretty good. Yeah, so I definitely recommend it. Thanks for the recommendation. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. But yeah, watch it. What do you think? Have you seen it? Am I wrong? Netflix, I haven't really watched anything of note. Prime, same, nothing of note. I think I started watching, I haven't been sleeping since the bike accident really. So I found myself watching Blade for some reason. We've all seen Blade. YouTube, always got YouTube on the go. I've watched loads of good videos this week, okay? And when I watched this video, I think I've given this, it's a friend of the channel, I've given the video of the week before once, maybe twice. But I have to give my video of the week to this channel. It's Access Area 6, right? I think the last time he was channel of the week was he did a video on his PS1 collection, his fighting games. Wow, I was impressed, right? But then the title caught my eye, okay? So the video's called "A Collection of Games I Will Never Play." And I thought, why would you have games in your collection but you're not going to play them? But it does make sense in the end, okay? So obviously I clicked on it. And basically, he's got a very good collection, multiple consoles, okay? Mainly, it was Xbox 360, PS2 and PS3, sealed, okay? And he bought them as a collector, but they must be worth a shit ton of money, okay? So he's basically going through his collection. He's bought them years ago. He didn't pay a lot for them, but now, even opened, some of these games are super collectible, okay? So for example, Street Fighter Cross Tekken Collector's Edition for the Xbox 360, the version with the mini arcade, I think it's cardboard. It's like a mini. It's not. You can't play. It's not like my Street Fighter 2 one. It's just more of a figure, like something to have in a game shelf, I suppose, of decoration, let's say. And funny enough, I bid on one of them the other day. It was the American Xbox version, and I thought I put a bid up to 50. It went for well over 50 quid. And that's still cheap. That's still cheap for that. Mega Man X7, X8 sealed for the PS2. I've got X8. Don't know how much they go for, even open. You never see these games sealed. God Hand for the PS2. I nearly bought that on my birthday last year when I was in London. That was CX, that was 60 quid. Now it's gone up to 70 quid. He's got it sealed. He's just bringing all these games up, and it was like, wow, all these games, right? Splatterhouse for the PlayStation 3, sealed. God knows how much that's worth. But then, Godzilla for the PS3, I think in CEX, probably the cheapest place you'll find it, is either 135 or 150. It's all over the place, the price, but it's normally over the £130. Opened. He's got a sealed copy. I wouldn't know how to put a price on something like that. But fair play, if I had Godzilla for the PlayStation 3, it wouldn't be sealed long, because if you didn't know, it's available on the PS4 as well, but there was something to do with the rights where they took it off the PlayStation Store, so you can't play it any other way apart from having it a physical copy. Okay, so that's where if you're doing physical versus digital, physical is the only way. There's no competition. I couldn't have that in my collection and keep it sealed. Impossible. I'd probably 7 days and I'd be thinking about it all the time. I'd have to open it. It's meant to be not the best game unless you're a Godzilla fan. Well, I got a Godzilla t-shirt on, just by chance. Yeah, I couldn't keep that sealed, so check out the video, guys. I'll tag the channel in the description like I always do, okay? Yeah, the video, this is latest video, a collection of games I will never play. Very interesting video, okay? Also, what have I been reading? So I haven't shown this off yet on my pickups. I'll probably do a pickups video next weekend when I actually got a day off, so I'm going to work again today. Young ladies don't play fighting games. I've got that much left, so I've read all that. But it's basically the characters, they're all in the fighting game tournament now, and they're making friends. I can't remember her name. She's the best player. She's playing like the Daigo kind of character, and it's someone that she's always looked up to, and she's all the way through. She's like, oh, I'm so honoured to be fighting against the guy. I know I'm gonna lose. But I've always looked up to this guy. Then, like, something comes over them when she's actually sitting there and they start playing. Spoiler, she wins the first round. And she's like, well, I'm here. Why not give it my all kind of thing? Don't just settle for losing. So I think there's something you can learn. There's like a undertone message there, isn't there? Fantastic. I'm probably going to take this to work with me today and finish that on my break in work today, okay? So that is all I've been reading, guys. So that's all I've been playing, watching, or reading. Hope you enjoyed this video. Go and enjoy the sunshine while it's here, guys. I'm gutted I'm working, but I might finish early. It's because it's overtime. I can finish kind of when I want, you know. So yeah, thanks everyone that watches my videos to the end. You're gonna have an extra special week, okay? Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye.